Shalom everyone, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan here. We are live on the IDF's official YouTube page. I am in southern Israel, an undisclosed location close to one of the biggest cities in southern Israel, and behind me is one of many Iron Dome batteries that the IDF deploys. I think they are really the heroes. The men and women who operate this system are really the heroes of the last 7 days of fighting. Let's talk about numbers. 3,100 rockets have been fired at Israeli civilians in a span of 7 days. That's a lot of rockets in a very short period of time. It's actually the most rockets fired at Israel in such a short period of time. Think about those numbers. We have had, unfortunately, sadly, 9 Israeli civilians killed by rockets fired by terrorists from Gaza, mostly Hamas and the Islamic Jihad, at our civilians. 9 people killed, including elderly and including, sadly, a 5.5-year-old boy. Now, had it not been for the Iron Dome, these numbers would have been totally different. We're talking about a success rate of the system, the Iron Dome, which is an Israeli-US developed system produced here and also with components from the US, a joint venture between Israel and the USA that has been saving lives, absolutely saving lives. So had it not been for the success rate of 90% that this system has, then our situation would have been totally different. And I can tell you it would have been mayhem, many Israeli casualties, and that's definitely something that we cannot allow. Just as we cannot allow and we cannot be expected to accept around the world that our civilians are being fired upon. Terrorists in Gaza are firing rockets at our civilians, and the world is asking us, why are we attacking Hamas? I suggest a different approach. How about Hamas stop firing rockets, and then we'll see how quiet the situation will be. This round of violence started with Hamas firing rockets at our capital, Jerusalem, and it continues, and it is the fuel on the fire is additional Hamas rocket fire towards our civilians, and the only thing that's keeping most Israelis safe is this system behind me, manned by young men and women from all over Israel, from many parts around the world as well, who are smart, young, educated, devoted, and know that what they're doing is defending Israeli civilians, and they're very proud of it. So if you want to get the latest updates about what goes on and the situation in Israel and everything related to Hamas, follow this page. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you get our notifications. And if you want more, there's Twitter and there's Facebook. We disseminate lots of information that doesn't get filtered through the traditional media. And this is where you'll hear our perspective, our facts, and what's really going on. So I urge you to do that. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan from the IDF. I thank you for watching this live, and I hope that you'll send your support from around the world to Israel. We're under fire, and we need every support we can get. Thank you and shalom.